Hi, I'm Amar, and I'm an AI solutions engineer at Skyfire. And today I'm going to be showing you our Skyfire KYAPay extension for A2A. And this extension basically enables A2A agents to pay each other for goods and services. So now you can have one agent sell to another agent or buy from them on A2A. A2A, for those of you who don't know, is Google's agent to agent communication protocol, and it allows any developer to make extensions to give agents capabilities. We've created a KYAPay extension, which allows the A2A agents to pay each other for different goods and services provided. In this video, we're going to show an example of an agent purchasing a proprietary dataset from another agent using the very same KYAPay extension, which both agents will be supporting. Let's take a look about how it works. So to do that, we're going to go to here and read the spec.md. And this is a spec which you are required to make for every extension. The spec will be the extension URI, which will be included in your A2A agent card, which describes your agent and its capabilities. And you can read up about more about that on the A2A protocol website and see what an agent card looks like. But going back to the spec.md, we're going to basically go run through a sequence diagram of what happens with the A2A KYA extension. So here's an overview of the main steps the agent's going to be performing. The buyer agent's going to send a search query to the merchant service that it selects, because the first step is technically to list all the remote agents that it can connect to. And then the chosen merchant, which receives this search query, returns a KYA payment required response with the amount needed to acquire the resource matching the buyer's search query. The buyer is then going to create a Skyfire token with the necessary balance to acquire that resource. And then the buyer sends a message with that payment payload containing the Skyfire token. The merchant is going to verify that token, make sure everything looks correct about it, and then it's going to charge that token, depositing the funds from the buyer agent to the merchant agent. And then the merchant agent is going to return the task resource along with the payment receipt to complete the transaction. So now let's run a demo and see how this actually is going to work. So first we can do that by heading over to the example README. And after you read through this and run these commands and run the setup instructions and deploy the front end and back end, the demo is going to look exactly like this. And I'm going to just copy and paste in the prompt, which you can find in the README. And here's all it is. Find a data set for pickup truck sales in the US in the year 2024. If the data set cost is under my budget of that amount, then proceed with the purchasing. So I'm just going to send off this request to the client agent, which we'll be calling the buyer agent. It's going to list the available merchants, select one, and then it's going to basically send forward my search query to that merchant agent, which is then going to return back a KYA payment required response that contains the price of the matching data set. And this payment required response is how the buyer agent knows what balance the pay token needs to be. So it's asking me for approval for this purchase. And then once I say like yes, the client then creates the token and approves the purchase and sends it back across to the merchant with the Skyfire Pay token. The merchant verifies the token, charges it, and then returns the requested data set. And it's really that simple. The payment has been completed and the money has moved from the buyer agent account to the seller's account, to the merchant's account. So using the core library for the extension we've created, the A2A KYAPay extension, you can create your own A2A agents that are able to both buy and sell with relatively little work. Payment mechanisms like Skyfire's KYAPay are basically unlocking the agent economy. So if you want to create agents that can buy and sell, and you can get started now and create these agents just by integrating with the repo we've made. Thank you very much for watching.